Hello guys, here we will try to understand when we actually make the object of ChromeDriver, right? Internally, do you know this ChromeDriver implements lot of interfaces, right? I have listed out all the interfaces which ChromeDriver implements, which probably we don't write, but internally when you make the object of ChromeDriver, your ChromeDriver class internally implements a lot of interface, and these are the interface. You can just try to remember the name. Maybe people will ask you in the interview. So the interfaces are has capabilities, location context, web storage, has input device, has touch screen. These are all interface guys. Interactive, find by class name, find by CSS selector, find by ID, find by link test, find by name, find by tag name, find by XPath, JavaScript executor, network connection, search context, right? And some more you have take a screenshot and then Webdriver. So these are the interface which is internally implemented by your driver classes. Okay, so this actually you don't need to remember all the interfaces, but you can remember at least 5-10 and I mean 5-10 interfaces, so that you can say in the interview. These are very important ones: find by class name, selector, ID, link test, name, tag name, XPath, JavaScript, and then your take a screenshot and Webdriver, right? Probably some of the interface which we will be seeing that going forward. Now what happens is the ChromeDriver, as I said, it's a class, right? So it has a lot of constructor for the ChromeDriver. One constructor, you have a default constructor which has no argument, where you just create the object of ChromeDriver and you don't supply any argument. One constructor you have which will take argument as an ChromeDriver service, right? So when you create the object of ChromeDriver, basically you can give the instance of service to the ChromeDriver constructor. One ChromeDriver constructor you have which has two arguments. One is ChromeDriver service and the options, right? So this, when you create the object of this ChromeDriver constructor, you need to supply two argument, and then the fourth one where you need to supply the Chrome options. So you are creating the object of a class ChromeDriver. In that object you can supply the options which is required for your automations. These all concept which we'll see in the coding when we'll start with actually making the object of these drivers, so that you'll understand better. But here just try to remember these constructors are very important. People will ask you in the interview like what are the constructors in case of ChromeDriver. So you can say that ChromeDriver with no argument, ChromeDriver with ChromeDriver service argument, ChromeDriver with ChromeDriver service with option argument, and ChromeDriver with has only option as an argument. Now since ChromeDriver is a class, right? So the Chrome class, when we say it as a class, it has a method. That important methods, or you can say that almost all the method I have listed out, which we need to know when we are working with Selenium. So these are the method. The first method is a close method, which will close the current window, right? And so basically it will just close the current window. It will not close all your windows. So let's say you have 5 windows open, right? So it will just close the last window on which you are making the call of close. And the return type of this method is the void method. So please try to remember the return type. This is very important from the interview. So close method has return type void. Now you have something called execute method. Execute method, your type is it's a protected. It's not, the access type is a protected, and the return type is a response is a class. So just try to remember the access type protected, and the return type is a response. So you have one more execute which will take two argument. One is driver command and one is parameters, right? This again, the return type is a response and access is a protected. So the third one, you have execute async script, which has again a script, and you can have multiple arguments. So the one script, and you can supply multiple arguments. So maybe you'll get a little bit confusion here to understand these methods, but actually we'll understand when you'll use this method in our script. Okay, here you just focus to understand what are the methods we have and what is the return type of the method, right? Then you have something called execute a script. So again here the execute a script will take your script and it will take lot of arguments. Okay, uh, basically majorly we use this for you know selected frames or windows. So execute javascript in the context of currently selected window, frame and window. This I mean script will get executed, like whatever window you have selected, right, on this it will get executed. The very important mode and the return type of this execute script is of object type. Again here also the return type is a object type. Now very important method, find element. It's very important. This find element will take argument of by is a class, okay, and the return type is a web element. So find element method return type is a, this return type is a web element, right, and this find the first web element using the given method. Okay, now find element by two argument, one is by and one using. So this also returns web element. Find element by class name, so this will find the element with the class name and it will take as class name as an argument and the return type is a web element. Then find the element by css selector. So again this will find the element on the UI by using css selector and the return type is a web element. Find by id, this will find the object on the UI by using the id of the element on the UI and the return type of this method is a web element. Again find by link test, so this will find the object on the UI by using the text of the link and the return type is a web element. Then we have find by name, so name is, this will find the name of your HTML. I mean in the HTML for the object, let's say you have a name for that object, so you can find the object by using that name and the return type is a web element. Again find by partial link test, so let's say you have a link and link will have some text, so in the HTML you can see that what is the text of the link and you can find by that and the return type is a web element. Again find by tag name, so you can find the element by using the tag name of the HTML and the return type is a web element. So the return type is nothing but your method return type. Again find by XPath, the return type is a web element, right? Here find elements, here it is not element, it's a elements. So when we say elements, basically it will give you list of web elements, so you will get more than one elements because it's a elements. You are trying to find a list of elements through common object, so you'll get return type is a list of web element, right? Similarly find elements by using two argument, one is by, one is using. Again here you will get list of web element and the access is protected. Then again find elements by class name, return type same, list of web elements. So everything, whenever we have find elements, your return type will be list of web element. And why I have written Java util, because this collection class present where in the Java util package, so I have written Java util package list. Okay, list is the interface which is present in the Java util package. So again find elements by link test, by name, partial text, everything has a return type of list of web element. Now get method, very important. This get method, through the get method we can get the URL of the applications. The return type is a void. Okay, return type is a void. Basically this load a new web page in the current browser window. Let's say you have already window is open and when you make a get call, it will reload the URL in the same browser. Okay, get capabilities method, the return type is a capabilities. Get command executor, return type is a command executor. Get current URL, so the get current URL return type is a string. Basically it will give you the current URL, right, that that is open on your current session, so it will get the URL of that browser. Now get element converter, right, basically here you will get web element converter basically. Okay, this method return type. Get error handler method, return type is a error handler. Get execute method, return type is a protected execute method. Get file detector, return type is a file detector. Get keyword, the return type is a keyword. Get mouse method, the return type of the method is a mouse. get page source, the return type is a string. You will get the string, so it will give you the source of the page. Get a screenshot, so whenever you want to capture the screenshot, your return type is going to be a file. It's going to be a coordinate or file, right? It's capture the screenshot and store to the specified location. So whatever locations you will give, it will capture the screenshot and it will store there, right? Now we have some more method we need to understand. Get session id will give you the current session of the object. Get title will give you the title of the page, like whatever the title of current page you have. Get window handle will give you the current id for the window, right? And get window handles, this is very important questions. So window handle will return type is a string, whereas the window handles return type is a set of a string. Okay, this is not list guys, very important. This is set of a string and this is a string. Now log method will give you the void manage. So manage return type is a options, and navigate the return type is a navigation. Perform return type is a void. Quit return type is a void. Reset input state return type is a void. Set command executor return type is a void, right? Again set command executor with two argument return type void. Set error handler method with argument handler return type void. Set file detector return type is a void, right? And we have some more method like set file found return type is a void. And then you have set session id return type void. Start session return type void. Switch to, so whenever you are trying to switch from one window to other window, the return type is basically Webdriver target locator, and to a string return type is a string. So do not get scared of these methods. Okay, here 80% of the method will be always using whenever I will work with a scripting. Just try to go through one time, two times, so that if somebody will ask you like what is the return type of this method, you should be able to tell in the interview, right? And with this I am closing the video, and in this video we learnt about what are the methods, right, which we have, which we implement from WebDriver whenever we make the object of any browser classes. This is not specific to Chrome. You make object of Firefox, you make object of Safari, these all methods will be available there. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.